know? And that's where I have a close network of people,
Mm,
right? And I think that's important too, that these are not yes people. They're gonna tell me how it is, and they're kind of like my rear view mirror, right? Like I can't see it because I'm in me, but they can
yeah,
see it because they're outside, and they're willing to give me suggestions, that I can take or I don't have to take, but I've learned, through some pain, right, and doing things the incorrect way, that they have my best interest at heart, and I encourage, your people out there to certainly have a network of friends or family or colleagues or folks, training partners
yeah,
that they can get real with. I think it's super important. And my wife and I believe, have become closer
that's awesome.
through this whole process of just being like, man, like I am just gonna lose it today,
Yeah,
and we're able to talk each other off the ledge. But I think that's important. We're
sure.
we're, we're missing that connection, and I believe human connection is such a big part. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
absolutely. So how have you found that for you, and who is that for you? Like a good social group and a good group that you can that kind of help drive you and like you said aren't yes man. Like who is that for you? And then also how are you able to find that? Because that's hard to come by and I think it's so important, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, so my business coach is one. I obviously, my wife being one, and sometimes that's difficult because the two, it could be the two of us that are just butting heads, right? Um, but she's a good one for me to just air the dirty laundry with. But I have some mentors in my life. My parents, they're always wonderful to talk to. I have some pretty cool brother-in-law that I'm pretty close with, and a new one that I've become closer with. Um, and so there's some folks in my life that I feel comfortable enough to get real with,
Yeah.
and we built the trust up where it's wonderful that I can listen for them and they can listen for me, and it doesn't necessarily always have to be that suggestion. It could just be, I just need to talk it out, right? Because
Yeah.
sometimes when I'm just in my head, things are crazy, but when I
Right.
release them out of my head, it's like, oh, that's kind of silly.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's something I feel like a lot of people are feeling like. I mean, we're social beings. Like we thrive off social interaction, just like us as humans. But I think people are taking like the social distancing as like I can't talk to anybody, I can't do anything. It's like, bro, we're on Zoom right now, like
Yeah.
talking. Like I've FaceTimed more people in the past 2 weeks than I ever have. Like I feel closer to a lot of people that I wouldn't normally talk to because of this. So if anything, it's
Yeah.
brought me closer to people. So I think that's cool that you have that. And I would encourage people to like, bro, like we have these computers in our hand and these computers like at our fingertips that to call anybody and everybody. So yeah, dude, I think and that's something I don't know about you, but that's something along with like reading or something like that to kind of like start the day on the right foot is like I'll honestly start the day by like FaceTiming or calling somebody with really good energy, like a friend.
Yeah.
Just like that's been such a powerful way for me to just be like motivated. Like after this, dude, I'm just gonna knock out content because I'm freaking motivated because like I'm talking to somebody with similar energy and like it's exciting. We have goals. So like I think for people too, just like having a friend that you can talk to that motivates you, that alone is huge, man. So I'm glad you have like a good network and support system like that. That's awesome. I'm gonna say like, dude, watching like your stories on Snapchat or sorry on Instagram of you just like out there like because sometimes if I'm on Instagram scrolling through stuff, it means I'm not doing anything productive, which can be good and bad because it's like I'm checking in on other people and be it like social interaction, whatever. But at the same time, sometimes I'll be like lazy, haven't worked out in a day, and I'll see you out there killing it, 2 kids, a wife, like a business that's still running, and I'm sitting here on my phone not working out, watching you work out. So that shit motivates me. So at the very least, using social media as a positive kind of external motivator has been big for me. And
Yeah.
like I said, and that ties back into having like people around you that motivate you because that's just a form of you, in turn motivating me is huge as well.
um, I like like you said, I like to surround myself with like-minded people.
Yeah.
So the people on my Instagram, you know, that it's not negativity, right? It's very motivational. You'll see like Gary Vee and like Tony Robbins and a lot of these trainers. And as I scroll through, like, I'm just like you. Like I start to feel energy, you know,
Right,
from
right.
things.